Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Bismillah ta'ala, we shall continue our book reading this evening, and the chapter we shall be reading is Kitab Salāt, the chapter on As-Salāt. As-Salāt is the obligatory duty that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed on every Muslim that is baligh, aqil, who has attained puberty and is sane. And from this chapter we can see the explanation given by the Sharih, which is to serve as introduction to the hadith to be read. And it says, As-salatu fil lugha. The word salah literally means a dua, supplication. Supplication. The scholars of Islam have mentioned that the word salat has about 7 different meanings in the Qur'an. So the word salat has 7 connotations in the Qur'an. One of the meanings is a dua, supplication. And this can be found in Quran chapter 9 verse 103. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً تُطَهِّرُهُمْ وَتُزَكِّيهِمْ بِهَا وَصَلِّ عَلَيْهِمْ إِنَّ صَلَاتَكَ سَكَنٌ لَهُمْ. The Mahallu Shahid, the point of reference here, is وَصَلِّ عَلَيْهِمْ, and supplicate for them. إِنَّ صَلَاتَكَ سَكَنٌ لَهُمْ. For verily your supplication is a source of peace and tranquility for them. So the word salat means a dua. The second meaning the ulama have mentioned is al-maghfirah, forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they cite in evidence Quran chapter 2 verse 157. Almighty Allah says concerning the believers, Ulaika alayhim salawatum min rabbihim wa rahmah. The mahallu shahid is Ulaika alayhim salawat. The word salawat is the plural of salah, and in this context it means al-maghfirah. Al-Imam Al-Qurtubi rahimahullah in his tafsir said, وَصَلَاتُ اللَّهِ عَلَى عَبْدِهِ عَفْوُهُ وَرَحْمَتُهُ وَبَرَكَتُهُ. The meaning of salat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on his servant implies his forgiveness, his mercy, and his barakah, which he bestowed on his servants. The third meaning given to salat in the Quran is athana, praise. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran chapter 33 verse 56, Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Sallu alayhi, I praise Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And this is what we do whenever his name is mentioned. We say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The fourth meaning is al-qira'ah. Al-qira'ah means recitation. And the evidence is Quran chapter 17 verse 110. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا تَجْهَرْ بِصَلَاتِكَ وَلَا تُخَافِتْ بِهَا وَابْتَغِ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ سَبِيلًا. Do not recite aloud in your salah, meaning do not raise your voice beyond the ordinary while observing salah. وَلَا تُخَافِتْ بِهَا, and do not lower your voice beyond what is normal. So the word salat here has been translated to mean al-qira'ah, recitation. The fifth meaning is ad-din, religion. In Quran chapter 11 verse 87, the people of Shu'aib alayhi salam, they said, Shu'aib, as-salatuka, is it your religion that commands you to tell us to abandon the gods that our forefathers used to worship, or that we do not spend our wealth the way and manner that we like? The sixth meaning is Kana Isul Yahud, the synagogue, which is the place of worship of the Jews. Almighty Allah says in Quran chapter 22 verse 40, وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْضَهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَهُدِّمَتْ صَوَامِعُ وَبِيَعٌ وَصَلَوَاتٌ وَمَسَاجِدُ يُذْكَرُ فِيهَا اسْمُ اللَّهِ كَثِيرًا. Had it not been that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala subdued some people by the power of some, they would have destroyed the monasteries and places of worship, the synagogues and the masjid. So the word salawat in this context, which is the meaning of plural of salat, has been used to imply synagogues. So these are some of the meanings of the word salat in the Quran. And some of the ulama also added the word adhikru, that salat also means dhikr, which is the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they quote in evidence the verse of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that kullun qad alima salatahu wa tasbihahu. Each of Allah's creatures is aware of its dhikr, the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa tasbihahu, and of course the glorification of the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.